Good morning. Okay. I had a specific message in my mind, and then as I hit record, disappeared. So let's see what comes out, because I don't know, it's completely left my mind what I was going to say. So for the main collective watching, excuse me, what is the message that they need to hear today, please? What is their message for today, please? What is it that your angels want you to know today? What do they need you to hear? For those who don't know as well, you can actually press down on the screen and do speed up the video ×2, especially because my videos are long. And if you're impatient with the shuffling. All right, 19 and 24. The letter A could be significant, but we've got hummingbird and we've got eagle. Enjoyment, be present, rapid response, resilient, nectar, sweet goodness, lift out of the negativity. Excuse me, lightness of being, followed by eagle, challenge the status quo, opportunity, new hope, longevity, regal, proud, clear vision and perspective, read past, present and future. Okay. Straight away, I'm hearing that you're someone that you don't avoid problems. You like to deal with them head on. It's kind of like, say for instance, bills come in. You don't like them sitting around and waiting till the last minute when they're due. It's almost like you do things straight away so then you can forget about them, because you don't like to have anything hovering. But you're someone that really does try to live in the moment, stay quite present, and be grateful for all the small things that you have in life that bring you joy. Number 5, the tree, grounded, fertility, lineage, health, vitality, roots, personal growth, past lives, evolving, connection to source. So you could really be tapping into in whatever way you feel like you tap into your team, your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides. Or you might just refer to it as the universe, if you speak to the universe as a whole, to put out what you want to release, what you want to invite in. You're very in touch with, you're grounded in the 3D reality, but you believe in a higher source that you can, I just heard speaking to the trees evenly. So you could be someone that you go out for walks and you really just sit out amongst the trees, and you might even hug the trees, touch the grass with your bare feet kind of thing. This is coming across as someone to me that is very, like, you could be an earth sign, but someone who is very grounded and very in touch with the natural order of things, cycles, animals. Just your connection to source isn't just about praying, it's about the way you interact with the like nature around you. I just saw someone who, when you have scraps and leftovers and things, you don't just put them in the bin. It's like you bury them in the ground, like in your backyard or front yard, whatever, for it to be developed in the earth. Like you feed Mother Earth basically. but you've been going through a lot of personal growth right now, especially with trying to heal out past versions of yourself so that you can be more in the present and enjoying the goodness that you do have around you. You might have even recently noticed like that you're feeling just overall much lighter than you have been for a long time, almost as if you've really like gotten over this hump of feeling heavy and low. And as well, I'm seeing this card as perhaps you've actually started delving into your ancestry and the heritage and different cultures maybe that are down the line of your ancestors that it's suddenly piquing your interest. But this card here as well is 5 and 7, so the 5th of July could be significant. So you've got 24, 19, 5 and 7. But this is showing someone that's very proud of themselves, and they're not afraid to speak about what they believe is right. Even if the majority opinion goes against you, you still are strong in your conviction where you can stand up for what you believe in. You're not a follower. As well, I'm seeing someone that has a lot of resilience. Despite any trauma or pain you've been through in your life, you haven't lost that sweetness to you. They're being very selective today. Okay. Full moon. So the next full moon, I want to say, is the 21st of September. I'm not sure on that. You'd need to look it up, but that's what I'm thinking it is. But culmination of effort, that reflects very much what I'm seeing here already, is that the work you've put into yourself, the dedication towards yourself and your own growth, and trying to be grateful for everything that's positive in your life is bringing a sense of completion to a hard period of time that you've been through. Like a hard cycle is closing for you now, and by the next full moon, so wherever the full moon is in September, that's significant here, and perhaps even the full moon during autumn, there was some shifts happening there. But you're releasing expectations of outcomes and more just inviting in having gratitude for your life as it is and how far you've come, and how despite everything you still stay true to you and continued on and become even better, a better version of yourself. And it's helping you move on from the past. But this is also, yes, the time has come. So something is a culmination of all your efforts and staying true to you and working on bettering yourself and being grateful. That's all about to be paid off for you. An abundant season is about to come in for you. The fruits of your labor. And from focusing on your needs, figuring out what it is that you need, and then working on those things, creating new habits and routines. All right, hummingbird. Okay, third person, number 18. So this whole journey could have been initiated by a third person in your energy. Someone else's influence, a love triangle, stranger, outside party, third wheel, rival, too many people. And I always straight away hear too many cooks in the kitchen. So if this is how you've been working on yourself since, say, a separation with someone that you loved, and you always believed there to be a third party in the situation, whether it was a third party, romantic third party, a parent, a sibling, a friend, a workplace. There are lots of ways that you, there's lots of ways you can have a third party interfere in your life in some way. Could even be like in your job, what you do for a living, there's someone that's been kind of a negative influence on you at work. But for that to confirm hummingbird, it's almost like despite the negativity that comes from this third person being involved in whether it's a love situation, a work situation, a family situation, you've still found lightness in it. You've still found your resilience within and worked on being present in the moment and dealing with the issue head on, not letting someone else's influence or multiple people's influence, because this can also be too many people, so more than one person in the middle trying to sabotage this. I just heard. I'm seeing someone that has the mentality of, yes, this is an irritating situation, and yes, I believe there are too many cooks in the kitchen and that are affecting my abundance, but if the universal rule of karma is real, and if I keep trying to be a good person and do the right thing, the wheel will keep turning and in my favor. Having that optimism. Eagle. Oh wow, that's two. I'll take them. That's heaps though. So you've got the moon. So the moon is a big theme here. Mice, King of Earth, which can be Capricorn but doesn't have to be, and number 15, head of the pack. And this is to confirm the eagle. So whatever the challenge is that you've been facing, it's like the challenge is there, but you've still had a clear vision the whole way through. And the past version of you, the present version of you, and the future version that you want to be have always been in the forefront of your mind as far as having hope for the future, knowing that certain things played out the way they did for you to become the person you are and then have longevity in whatever your goals are for your life. 32 and 8 with this moon here, your intuition, I think, has been affected at the moment, and it's not because your intuition is leading you astray. It's more because having to really dig deep on trusting what your intuition is telling you. This is also a card of the divine feminine, so you might consider yourself the divine feminine in a divine counterpart connection. But I think there's an aspect of you feeling very sure of yourself and your place and what you have to offer and who you are as a person, with feeling stress and anxiety over what's to come, or stress and anxiety over not knowing if something you really want actually is ever going to happen. Because you've got mice here, and that's 23 and 7, so the 23rd of July. But your anxiety and worry is something that you've been trying to manage. They're saying here, though, that number 15, with this head of the pack, you are where you're supposed to be. You're not behind, you're not ahead, you're right where you are supposed to be. You're getting things done that need to be done. But this head of the pack could also be, because I'm seeing these two here, this head of the pack with this King of Earth here. In this deck, he's the devil card. But I think it's someone that is quite disciplined and goal-orientated. And because this head of the pack is about being an alpha male and dominating and getting things done, this devil card is about being realistic, being constant, a workhorse, something about someone's dedication to you. And this might be what you can't see yet. So you, at the moment, it's almost like I'm seeing this as two different people. This is someone that's connected to you. It's very driven and determined to come towards you and has really created stability for themselves, so that basically they're not coming towards you as their life is a mess and they want you to help them fix it and this sort of thing. It's more like they have the stability already and they want to come towards you and offer you even more stability. But this is not, this, you can't see this, so you're getting this finicky, hyper nervous, worrying energy because there's things you can't see yet, but it's an energy you feel, and it's something that you're trying to manage, especially if you've been working really hard on, you know, the past version of you would have been very fearful and nervous all the time. And if those feelings are arising in you again, trying to trust the universe that, okay, this is obviously something that's coming up again for me to deal with, but I need to also realize how far I've come, how these emotions, the past version of me would have handled a lot worse than I am now, recognizing how far you've come. All right, the tree, number 5 and number 7. Okay, the element of spirit, so trusting in spirit, but soul spark, timeless, binding force, omnipresent, life force, 0 point energy, allow, trust divine timing. So this is where, because it's, yes, the time has come, but for you, yes, the time has come, abundance is coming, this, perhaps this counterpart is about to come in, but allow for things to unfold the way that they're supposed to. It's being lined up for you. So it's really about leaning into that, trusting, believing what is meant for me will come to me, that you have been doing up till now. There is definitely something around the next full moon here. Even if it's just that at this next full moon, you feel this huge release in your mind, body, and spirit, where it's almost like this energetic purging to allow a fresh beginning to come in. Okay, yeah, communication. So under the full moon, you've got communication. So by the next full moon, you're going to receive some kind of confirmation of communication. 27th of July could be important as well. But writing, communication, fax, email, mail, notes, records, news, memo, making contact, info, and written documents. So this could be one of two things, or it could be two things. One is a job offer of some kind. I'm hearing that very clearly, that something that you're not expecting. But two, someone actually expressing their feelings to you. And it could actually be both things. You could be receiving communication from someone about that they love you and want to be with you, and also receiving communication from someone that wants to offer you something in regards to your material wealth. With the fire, the element of fire on the bottom, so enthusiastic, creative. So this could be a new creative avenue that you are being offered to go down, and it says expect the unexpected. So this is something that is actually going to bring excitement and create a lot of inspiration in your life, and will make it, might feel quite spontaneous, but you will want to that desire for something new in your life, especially if you've been feeling kind of stuck and stagnant and like, I just want something to happen. Life is so boring right now. Every day is the same. This is about to bring a new spark into your life. Okay. Under that was luck, clover, 4-leaf clover, luck. Okay. Let's get a little bit more about what is coming please. Alright. I'm just coming for this collective please. What is the energy around them right now? Communicate. So communication is a big thing here. Give it time. Everything in divine timing. Let things flow. So someone is definitely on the cusp of reaching out here. That's why you can feel this energy of something's around the corner, but you don't know what it is. It's because someone wants to communicate, but this is also compromise, forgive, work it out. So I don't think this is a new person. I think this is someone that wants to come in and talk about things with you. Something that's almost been accumulating over a long period of time, and they're just going to come in, and it might feel sudden to you, spontaneous to you, but this person's been mulling over this for a long time. But this is something maybe you've been trying to let go of because it's been a long time here since you've heard from this person or had any real conversing back and forth. And that's why they're saying everything in divine timing, let things flow. You've really had to tap into your patience in the divine and knowing that there's things happening that you can't see. Conversations happening in rooms you're not in. There's so many things and factors that slowly bring a person back to you till they get to a point where the universe will release this communication to you. Problems with addiction or gambling, bad finances. So if this person that wants to communicate they might even want to say that they're trying to get their finances back in order or trying to get back on their feet, but that they really wanted to reach out to you because they miss you and they want to talk to you again, just to be like, what's going on in your life? I miss you. I want to talk to you about stuff, and then tell you about what's been going on in their life. But someone has some kind of problem with either gambling, alcohol, or other substances that they've made bad decisions on, and this might be part of what they want to communicate with you. But underneath communicate, you've got someone is unavailable, a waste of time, it's over. So that could be two things. It could be that they're coming in to see if you've moved on and don't want anything to do with them. I can't see someone coming in to communicate to tell you that they've moved on, because why would they bother? I just think that this might be coming from someone that you believe has moved on, and you've not had any expectations of ever hearing from them again. Manifest under give it time. So that makes sense. You've been telling the universe that the things that you want, wishing on a star type thing, and you've been persisting and being consistent with yourself and your routines and trying to build your life the way you want it to be, while manifesting the life you want. It's not as if you've just made the wish and then sat there waiting for it to happen. You've still been quite proactive in trying to do things to make your life different. And they're saying this is coming in. You can manifest exactly what you want. You just need to give it time to come to fruition, which I think that this is what this whole reading's about. Air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So whatever this gambling situation is, or bad finances, whatever, this person could be an air sign, but I think it's more about the bad choices this person has made in this time that you two haven't been in each other's lives, that they're overthinking in their mind how to express this. But a lost loved one watches over you. So that could very well be that one of you or both of you have lost someone during this time apart. But in general, both your teams, your angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors have been guiding this to communication to come in. Let me just get one more. Okay, breakup. So this is someone that you were with and that you went through a breakup with. They'll be back. Well, we know that because you've got communicate. Let me just confirm one more for divorce. Yeah, patience. So you've got both patience card. One, there's been a lot of time here. So whenever the separation was, it's, I'd say, at least a year or two for this to be your reading, since the breakup happened. And for them to say, and it's funny because when that give it time card came out, straight away I was thinking just a few more months, good things come to those who wait. It's like something is on the cusp of happening. And my last two readings, I think that's what September's about. And these readings keep kind of clarifying that for me, that there is going to be a big energy shift in September, and it's going to bring in some form of communication. Not necessarily reunion, but it's almost like the first steps towards it. To have a little bit more patience right now. But I'm almost feeling this energy where you've stopped waiting. It's not because you don't care about this person anymore, or you wouldn't want some kind of reunion or communication, but you're really just not, you've put it out of your mind waiting to hear from them because it just was keeping you in that waiting mentality, and you just wanted to get on with your life and find happiness in all other areas instead of just waiting for this person to come back. So that's good. It's like you've gotten past the painful part and now you're just carrying on with your life. Date night, get ready to be wined and dined. Okay, so let's have a look and see what it is. Oh, family. Family could have been an issue here, but let's get a bit more information on what this connection is, who this person is that's communicating. What's the universe's perspective of this person that wants to communicate? So this isn't their point of view of you or you of theirs. This is how the universe is saying they are currently. Okay, so fire sign. They could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but they are very passionate soul with sacral chakra, so very creative, very sensual. They could be working on mother wounds right now, but they have a lot of desire. They're very fiery. And when they love, I just heard. Fiercely passionate and fiercely loyal, I just heard. I actually, with that, I heard they got divine timing. So they're being shown to have patience and that good things come to those who wait. So they themselves, they are needing to do the inner work, because I'm seeing that sacral chakra as inner child healing as well. So if they're doing that inner child healing, and perhaps with this fire, if they have normally quite an impulsive spirit, trying to learn how to manage that fiery impulse in them, that making hasty decisions and then having to deal with the consequences. And that's not because life has to be planned out all the time. You need spontaneity, you need excitement, but there's some things that need stability, and impulsive decisions all the time do not create a stable environment. But they've been working on their inner child healing, and perhaps if they have a fiery nature, part of that inner child healing has been trying to work on their abruptive side. But here you've got divine timing. So they themselves are currently sitting in surrender and trusting that things are going to play out the way that they should, while still taking action themselves. It's not about sitting around and waiting. You have to actually take action. And you will see the universe working with you as you take these actions. Divine masculine. Very good. Because this is how the universe is saying this person is right now. They are in their divine masculine energy. They have actually done quite a bit of work, and I think that they've really tapped into their own patience on doing the work on themselves here. Their team are saying they are in divine masculine energy. They're assertive, they're driven, they're action orientated now. but they are definitely nostalgic over past memories with you. They probably have things saved of you that they look over. I just heard every single day they look at photos of you. They really want to rekindle. So I think as well, even the way that they want to communicate with you is over memories that they have of you too. Fire. Friends. And third eye under sacral chakra. That's interesting. Straight away with friends, I heard that they have had friends that they've separated themselves from because they have been a bad influence on them, which could be to do with that gambling card. Friends that's what they partake in, and just under the guise of socializing with these people, they then partook in those things as well, whether it's gambling, substances, drinking, things that were not good for their spirit, that made them turn into someone that they weren't. Bad influences, doing things, I don't know, online, I just heard. Sneaky behavior, lots of things. There's something around friends, but it's not in a positive way. In this sense, because this is how the universe is saying this person, this is their current energy. I am seeing this as they've actually really, it's like they've had epiphanies through doing this work on themselves about who they actually should surround themselves with. So not positive situations, but out of it, the positive is that they've seen who they should and shouldn't be giving their energy to. And then for third eye to come under chakra, sacral chakra, they're really tapping into their intuition. They're trusting that their gut is leading them the way that it needs to go, and that they're the things that they needed to do some serious healing on, their mind's eye is telling them, you have a greater future than the one you're living now. You just need to do this work. So they're trusting on that gut feeling and doing that work. And as well, I just heard they're seeing you as the mother of their children. But it's almost like a vision they've seen of their future. It's what you see here, not here. So in this vision of their future, you're pregnant with their baby or babies, and everything's happy and solid and just their dream life. And that's what they can see in their head. And Spirit's showing me here that this person is very determined towards that outcome. Divine timing. They're really trusting in their own internal power, what their soul's telling them to do. Their higher self is really guiding them right now. Yeah, mother wounds. So trusting that not only coming to the a realization that the wounds that their mother created in them are a big part of what turned them into the person they didn't want to be, but patience with themselves to do the healing around those wounds. I think this person really does understand that to have the home they dream of, these things need to be dealt with. This is actually showing me that the universe is saying that this masculine is very aware of what the issues are. If they lacked self-awareness before, they might have felt bad about doing the wrong things sometimes, but they didn't have the depth of understanding of like, I can actually change these things about myself, as I just have to be the one to take the action to change these things about myself and stop blaming everyone else for my problems. They are aware of that now. They are very much trusting in their intuition and doing the work. And that's why the universe is saying they are sitting in masculine. They might not feel yet that they're this divine masculine, but from the universe's perspective, they actually are. They have been doing the work and they're sitting in their strength, and they actually are quite motivated in life and towards you. with longevity in mind. Divine Masculine. Water. So they're deep emotions for you. And it's funny because I was going to say about how Divine Masculine isn't that you're tough all the time and you never have emotions. It's quite the opposite. It's the fact that this Divine Masculine actually has quite a sweet, sensitive side. He could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but water in general is just deep emotions, and how deeply he feels for you and how deeply he feels about the life in his vision that he wants to make a reality. That's also pushing him to be driven towards you and take action here, because he knows that there needs to be a balance of strength and sensitivity. A feminine needs to feel like when they're in the midst of their heightened emotions, that their masculine can weather that storm and calm them down, not make it worse. So the masculine needs to have that sensitivity. It's not masculine to have sensitivity and have emotions. It's about being, if you're quietly confident that you can be a soft, nurturing partner to your partner while also being protective and provide, that's the ultimate masculine. But this, they're saying he has deep emotions here. He feels very strongly about what he wants in life and who he wants to have in his life. Blast from the past. And your Empress, you're his Empress. So he's looking at things from the past that just show you, he's just looking at whatever he can see of you now. He's like, oh wow, you're just sparkling, you're radiant, you're his Empress. But looking at things from the past, memories that show you in your happy times, really heavily going over that, feeling very sentimental and nostalgic over you. In these memories, they would see you as very beautiful and happy when you both looked happy, but there's something about you now where he is noticing you're in your Empress era, very grounded, very strong, beautiful, still soft and kind and pure-hearted. And perhaps you've become a shaman of some kind, not necessarily an actual shaman, but maybe you do some form of healing, whether it's massage, whether it's therapy, it's something you're doing, you're putting your knowledge out to help people. And they're noticing that, they can see that. But as well, because this is the universe's perspective of how the Divine Masculine is, he too could be doing some form of healing work now, finding his purpose. All right, let's get messages to see what it is he wants to say to you. What does this Divine Masculine want to say to this main collective, please? I can't stop thinking about you. I'm seeing the synchronicities and it's driving me insane. I pretend like I don't care, but it's quite the opposite. My feelings for you are a little bit obsessive. I didn't know if my family was going to accept you. And that even makes me think of that friends card. People in their life that, I always say this, if their friends and family could talk badly of you, it means that your person talked badly of you and facilitated the environment that you could be spoken badly about. So if these people have bad thoughts of you, bad opinions of you, and they have no shame in voicing them to your person, that's a fear of theirs. That to come back towards you, they are going to need to protect you from them. It's all well and good to say, no, if I want to be back with you, they just have to listen to what I say, but that's one thing, but they need to protect you from these people that don't like you, because it will then keep being an issue that comes up. So that's something that plays on their mind a lot. that it's not that they have to cut their family off forever, but more of like set strong boundaries that if you're going to talk about my person like that, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. You can't say bad stuff about my partner. Part of that is protecting your partner, especially if you want them to have children with you, from not just randoms, but your family and your friends. I love variety, but there's something about you I just can't resist. I don't know why that card always bothers me, but no one can match your energy. They haven't been able to find anyone else like you. And even if they knew it consciously, I know I'm not going to be able to replace you. They still tried to find someone to distract themselves with. I'm going to put a ring on it when the time is right. So they're going from pretending like they don't care to knowing I am going to put a ring on this one, and I'm really going to we are going to get married, and I'm making this lifelong commitment. I don't want to be apart from this person anymore. I want to share the rest of our lives together. I didn't know if my family was going to accept you. Do you still think about me? Do you still want me? Do you still love me? I need to know if I should move on. I'm hurting. But they're never going to move on anyway unless they actually take the plunge and reach out to you. And I think that that's why there's going to be a sudden need to send that message or hit call or email, whatever their avenue that they choose to go down. They're going to be pushed to do that. This was a hard lesson I needed to learn. I was out of control. Again, with that gambling thing, they weren't ready to face or do the work that they needed to at the time, so they just jumped right into every kind of distraction they could. And it's pretty common too. You have the party that goes home and cries and lives in the pain for months and months and months, and the one that jumps straight into distractions, anything they can to forget about the pain that they've caused the other party and themselves. Then by the time the party that sat home and cried is starting to turn around, the one that's partying and distracting themselves, it suddenly hits them. And they had to learn a hard lesson around the way they were distracting themselves and the people that they were using to distract themselves. All right, what's next actions, please? And then I want to get how they actually view you, not how they view you, not how the universe is viewing them. What is coming next? Love call, not surprised. Okay, so with the golden mirror, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. I think that that's something this person's going over, that you perhaps see them that way, that they love bombed you and you felt used, and that they're a narcissist. And it could even be because they're going over their selfish behavior in the past connection. But the insane chemistry they have for you, they're trying to keep a positive mindset on coming towards you to as well set the foundation of, no, this is actually like, I want to have a life with you, and I know that I need, you're going to need time of consistent action from me, so that I can prove to you I'm not this selfish person anymore that's just going to take from you all the time and never give. It's coming in with this love call, understanding, that effort will need to be shown over a long period of time. And anytime there's flares up, to be calm and understanding in those flares up, because they've created the damage here. And to soothe the situation. Those are the kinds of things that will help build a strong foundation. The golden mirror. But this isn't something that one phone call is going to fix. It's going to need consistent effort and dedication. But with the universe showing them as a divine masculine, they're ready to sit in their strength and cop it and be driven towards you and continue to be driven towards you until the trust is built back up. That's kind of like the Knight of Pentacles, where he slow and steady wins the race. Every step we overcome gets us closer to building that strong, trusting foundation again. And say when those videos where they say if you've betrayed someone in any way, shape or form, it takes 2 years of constant good behavior from the person that did the betrayal to get that trust back. And 2 years seems like a lot, but then you think about them, like the rest of your lives, if you live to 100, what's 2 years to then have happy years? And it's not as if you're going to be miserable for 2 years straight. It's more just having to continually build that trust back. That's why they say it's a lot easier to break something than to fix it. Golden mirror. Sunglasses. So at the moment they're still spying, which it's not really divine masculine energy, but I think it's more because something's about to shift here. Because spying energy to me as well is the fear of rejection. So it's still running energy. I have more control over this situation if I spy than I do if I reach out and this person rejects me. So it's still that selfish behavior where they're putting their fear of rejection over the pain that they've caused you and making it right. But I don't think they're going to be sitting in this spying energy much longer. Yeah, you got photographs. So that's like that other card that was blast from the past. They have photographs of you and just things in general. Could be gifts you gave them, things that they're sentimental about. They're looking at your photos, they're feeling nostalgic, and they also want to make new memories with you to try and build this new life. So you have all these new memories, not just these old ones. And this can be all part of what they want to talk about. Even this watching, looking, stalking, they might be, if they're really divine masculine, they're being confident in coming towards you, they could say, I have been checking in on you. And that's quite a strong, confident thing to do. Not a lot of people would admit to spying on someone. So under abundance, you've got soulmate, so partnership, agreement, soul contract, knowing, keeping a positive mindset that you are what they want and they know you're part of their soul contract, their soulmate, their twin flame. Okay, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. I actually just straight away saw that you might be out with friends doing something when this call comes in. And you might not even have their number saved to your phone anymore. So when you answer the call, you're not expecting it to be them because you don't have them in your phone anymore. So you'll just answer normally and then it'll be them. But on the bottom, not today. So at the moment, I think as well, because they're still in this spying energy, I'm going to get a timing card. They're still in this spying energy. So there's something that they're still, I don't feel like they're angry at you though. I feel like they're angry at themselves because of, one, their past behavior, two, the people that they had around them that were bad influences and family, but three, how long this has taken. Because now they're thinking so much time has passed. If this person's over me, what am I going to do? But they're trying to remain positive, but they're still kind of avoiding it at the moment. Let's just get a timing card quickly to see when you could expect to get some kind of communication from this person. When is this divine masculine planning to reach out? Okay, so it's saying you're wasting your time, stop obsessing first. So they're not giving a specific time because they don't want you, that's not you're wasting your time as in don't ever expect them to come back. It's more about don't overthink the situation. You don't need to know the timing of this. It's because they're, at the moment, their current energy is they're still watching and spying. They don't have the confidence yet fully. They're not dealing with it still. But I think it's coming soon. It's just more that they don't want to say a specific time. They don't want you wasting your time sitting around waiting for, I don't know, the 21st of September. They are going to call me and you just sit there waiting. Like, they don't want you wasting time like that and creating this obsessive thought pattern. They could like cigars. I just noticed that. Cigars and whiskey. They might like cigars and whiskey. Or they might be a smoker. October. So, and faster than you think. So yes, you're wasting your time. Like, don't waste your time sitting around obsessing over this. October is a significant month for communication from this person. And maybe in October is a significant part of your cycles. Makeups, breakups, fights, birthdays, significant dates of any kind, proposals, who knows. October is an important month here. So perhaps for this collective, September, there's a lot of changes as far as the energy shifting, but the communication isn't going to be until October. The shift happens, it's integrated in, and then by October, there is some form of movement. It is going to happen faster than you think, as long as you're not obsessing. When you're obsessing and you're wasting your time obsessing, it's going to feel like it's taking longer than it would have if you just kept carrying on in your own life. But with that very first part, I feel like you're actually in a good place like that. You are sitting in that Empress era. You are enjoying the small things in life and enjoying the life you've created for yourself despite the pain. Or at a special date. So there must be a special date in October that you two share. What was this one? Yeah, allow things to come. So just allow it to come. It's like watching a paint dry. It'll feel like forever, so don't wait around for it and don't be in that obsessive energy because it'll make it feel like everything's taking forever. Waiting for the kettle to boil. Okay, so let's see how they view you. How does this masculine view the feminine, please? How does this masculine view the feminine, please? And then we'll get tarot for potential future. New beginnings. They definitely want a new beginning with you, but that's been pretty obvious throughout this whole thing. They want a new chapter and to have a fresh start. I think that it's heavily on their mind that they want to take a leap of faith towards you. What is this on this masculine's mind when it comes to father wounds? So they might be aware of father wounds that you have in regards to safety, stability, needing to feel safe and protected by the person that's supposed to love you. If you have wounding around that needs healing, and they could have been wounds that this person activated in you as well. Because if you didn't have a great father figure growing up and you always felt unstable, unsafe in your home, and then this masculine back then kind of recreated that feeling for you, that's a big thing that they know that they need to be a lot better than that to win you back. Ooh. Focus, but they're very focused on you. They don't want to be distracted anymore. They were heavily putting themselves in distractions before, but they're reevaluating everything in their life. The people they put their energy into, focusing on their finances and getting themselves stable again, but their attention is hyper focused on getting their life together and having a life with you. They're very focused on you. Fertility. So they see you as a beautiful, fertile queen. Someone I think I did say at the beginning when that sacral chakra came out, I feel like I keep seeing them saying, I want to get you pregnant. I want to get you pregnant. They really want to have babies with you. And this is that's 2 cards of new beginnings. They really want a fresh start here and are hoping that if this fresh start is granted and they are able to prove to you that things are going to be stable and safe this time, that will be where this goes, that you two will share a home and have babies. And this could also be them just seeing you as this beautiful, I'm seeing the traditional Empress card where she's got a pregnant belly and she's sitting on her throne and she's just in this gown and just so relaxed and beautiful and one with nature and just naturally beautiful. That's how you look to them. Barefoot on the grass. I just heard that song, Barefoot on the Grass. Listening to our favorite song. When I saw you in that dress. I know. What's that song? Ed Sheeran? Perfect? Is it Perfect? By Ed Sheeran? But that's what I'm visualizing in my head. It's like that song when he's like watching her dancing and she's barefoot in the grass and she's wearing a beautiful dress and he's just watching her like, you're just so perfect. That's how they look at you. That's cute. Breathe. Under new beginnings. So having this fresh start, they see you as I always see this card as someone being able to fall asleep with you because they just feel so safe and calm. But if you make them feel safe and calm, where they get sleepy and relaxed around you because they feel safe, they want to create that for you. Because again, with those father wounds, if they created circumstances in the connection in the past where you felt unsafe, unstable, like you wanted to run away from them because they were reminding you of father trauma that you had, they don't want to be that anymore. If you create stillness for them where they feel like they can breathe, be themselves, relax, can fall asleep in your arms, they need to be that for you too. And I just heard as well, you just want to sleep with them. And not in like that kind of way, genuinely like, I just want to crawl into bed and cuddle and have a nap together. That's nice. We'll fall asleep at the beach, I just heard. Father wounds. Names. So you could have even wanted to, maybe you two had a list of baby names already. Maybe you were actually already actively trying to get pregnant when you were together last time, but you actually had a list of baby names. And maybe they're seeing those baby names a lot. Although this coming under father wounds, it's almost like I'm hearing someone wanting to name their kid after their father, like a namesake. Or perhaps you wanted to have, so say for instance, you have a girl and your partner's a male, but somehow you want to incorporate their name into the baby girl's name so that the baby girl is her father's namesake. I heard that very specifically. I'm trying to think of universal names that can be boys and girls' names. Maybe that's something you even discussed. There was names that you liked that you considered unisex. Like some people call their kids James for a girl, things like that. So, or I have the name Max on my boy list, and if it turned out to be a girl, maybe it could be Maxine or something, you know what I mean? Like, so if the father's name is Max, for instance, and you want the baby girl to be a namesake for the father, you would make the name, you'd incorporate their name in it somehow. I hope that's making sense. Heard that so specifically. Okay, focus. Okay, air balloon rides, that could be a memory or a detail, but they're very in their head right now. You're all they think about. This future that they want to create with you is all they think about. They're overthinking so many things right now. They're very in their head. And that to confirm focus, they're laser focused on this right now. Getting their shit together, and then coming towards you. I'm also seeing this hot air balloon as like it's slow and steady wins the race as well. So they've got a million ideas up here and a million different ways to like try and change. I'm seeing that card, I still don't have all the answers. It's like they don't need to have everything perfectly planned out. At first it's just I love you, I want to be with you, I want to apologize and prove to you that I'm serious about this. And then together you come up with the answers on how to build your lives together. I think they might be overworking their mind on how to come towards you, but they're heavily focused on it. They're very in their head about reevaluating their surroundings too, but focusing on how where to put their attention to get the best outcome. All right, fertility. Okay, they will definitely want to express themselves with this journal on the bottom. But we know that they want to express to you their avoidant tendencies, how the ending of this really caused them to go through a rebirth phase, that perhaps they even saw you, because this happens a lot too. You hear about the runner and chaser dynamic, and that one person's an avoidant and one person's codependent. But it can flip back and forth. I think most of the time it flips back and forth because everyone has some form of trauma. There would be times where they're the anxious attached one and go above and beyond trying to keep their person happy, and then the other one will be the avoidant that's always pulling away, and then something will happen where that will flip and the anxiously attached will start pulling away and the avoidant will start chasing. It ebbs and flows between. So I think at points they felt like you were running or could currently be running from this connection, but you've risen up through the ashes, because remember, this is how they feel and are seeing you. So you have gone through a phoenix period where you're now in your empress era and you are doing well for yourself. You have really called on your strength and tapped into your magic to get yourself to where you are now. And they want to rise to the occasion too. They want to rise up to show you that they're not avoiding this anymore, and that they want to meet you where you're at and show you that they can protect you, can provide for you, can have a solid foundation with you. And they could even have written hundreds of letters. They could have written hundreds of messages, or I'm seeing that note app on the iPhone. They could have written out so many like long messages, written out letters in a journal. They've really expressed themselves in so many ways. It's just that they've never sent it. So you haven't seen that. But they have no depth. The depth of emotion they have for you is there. They've just never actively come out and shown you. Okay. Let's get potential future. Actually, no, let's get this advice first. And then we'll get potential future. What is your advice for this collective, please? Number one, union. I do think union is soon, and October's not that far. I mean, even if it's at the end of October that you get some kind of communication. That's only 2 months. We are one. Don't let fear get in the way of this truth. Union. You might be seeing 111 a lot. One again. Growth. I need to be strong in who I am before I can merge my energy with yours in the 5D. I'm afraid I could lose myself in this relationship. So again, they're hyper focused on reevaluating their surroundings, who they give their energy to, and also rebuilding themselves so that they feel stable, like they're not coming in empty-handed. And that's not because you need them to have all this money. It's more about them coming in feeling confident about what they have to offer. It's not that everything has to be perfect in their life and they have to have all this money saved up. It's not about that. You just want to be loved properly. So they need to focus on being able to be the kind of partner that can give you the love you need. So they are working on being stronger so that they can meet you in the 3D. And that's been consistently coming out throughout this whole reading. They're really working on themselves and seeing you shine. One, one, one. What did I say? You're definitely seeing 111. This is 10. But in my head, I thought, I bet a 10's going to come out. I've really got to start getting myself to say this. Okay, karmic ties. I'm feeling controlled by people around me and I don't like it. It's pushing me to find my power again. So their circumstances, and this is what I mean about reevaluating who they keep around them. Because for whoever it is, whether it's family or a friend or a workplace that they're feeling very controlled by right now, and also feeling like they're really trapped and restricted. They're not allowed to do certain things or say certain things, and it's making them feel trapped. But they are an adult and can leave whenever they want. But it's pushing them to find their power again. And that is part of, I need to be strong in who I am before I can merge my energy with you in the 3D. So once they find their strength and stand up for themselves and set boundaries and really assess their evaluation of the people around them, they will have courage of conviction towards you. Because they've set and 10 on the bottom. So you could be seeing 10-10 a lot as well. But this is the end of a cycle. And 111 is about manifesting. Manifesting what you desire. 11. Guys, 11. So many ones here. And the one, it's like the beginning. This 10 card is the end. And then the ones are all about the beginning. A new beginning is about to happen here. 2 months is nothing over considering the rest of your lives together. I'm seeing synchronicities. You got that in that other deck that they're seeing synchronicities. Like your name or 1111, working out what they mean. And as well, it reminds me of those baby names. They might be seeing the names that you guys came up with, especially if they're not common names, if they're unusual names and they're suddenly seeing them pop up, they're like, whoa, that's weird, because they're names that you two had on your baby name list. So you've got union, all about growth, karmic ties, and messages about trust. I think this person is very onto it. It's just that they need to really ground their reality and reassess who they're giving their energy to, and then be confident in themselves to come towards you. Number 2, karmic ties again. I'm struggling with codependency. So if they work for a family or work for a friend, or just in general, if they have family that rely on them, they're feeling like these people depend on them. So that's what makes them feel trapped. I'm afraid to let go of old coping mechanisms. So it's they have the self-awareness to know what their coping mechanisms are, but they're working on their strength to break those coping mechanisms and break free from these karmic ties. I think they're close to it. Number 7, telepathic messages. One of us is sad or angry, and it's creating an energetic match in frequency with the other because you're connected. Stay conscious of this, and if possible, try to help us elevate it. So when you're feeling like a bit yucky and you don't know where it's coming from, you might be picking up their energy. So if you transmute that into something to shift the energy to something more positive, it helps them as well. And vice versa. If they're in the slumps, they need to try and do things to help lift them up out, because you can feel it too. But these are important dates: the 1st of November or the 11th of January, the 1st of February or the 2nd of January, the 10th of July or the 7th of October. So 7th of October could be a point of communication. And then on the bottom you've got 2. My heart is opening to love and guiding me back to you. Okay. From now until October, what can this collective expect, please? From now until the end of October. So what was that? So let's say 8 weeks. The next 8 weeks. Okay, so we've got the 2 of Wands, planning and waiting, 8 of Swords, trapped and restricted. Well, we know that about them. King of Wands, leadership and vision. So it's almost like they're in this planning mode at the moment, but they're still waiting for the right time because they're so in their head about their karmic circumstances right now and feeling trapped by who their karmic ties are. But it's leading them into their King of Wands. They could be a Leo. Well, they got that in their part, I think. So they may very well be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but coming into that their own power after they reevaluate and they really set boundaries with people and they make a decision, they will be bold, they will be daring, and they will be motivated towards you. They are hyper-focused on you, but they're still kind of a bit buried by their overthinking. But then that's followed by the King of Swords. So becoming very logical about the situation. And yes, they can be emotionally detached, but I think it's more about becoming emotionally attached from the karmic ties that have been keeping them trapped and restricted up until this point. And getting strict with them and say, I'm serious about this, and having authority over their own life and going, this is someone I want to be with and someone I want to go towards. With this 10 of Wands, I don't want to carry these burdens anymore. These burdens were never mine to carry. Drop these wands. And it could even be that then with the Knight of Wands at the end, where they're zooming towards you in what seems impulsively and recklessly, is actually because they just get to this point where the burnout from these karmic ties and they're not being with you causes them just too much burden, too much stress, and they decide they don't want to be anxious anymore. They're tired of feeling defeated in this situation, and they drop the wands and they speed off into the sunset towards you. All right, 2 of Wands. And that's very that can happen in 8 weeks. 8 weeks isn't a short amount of time. Patience, yeah, so they're trying to have patience in this situation as well because they're trying to balance their situation, reevaluating. A lot of this is about they're focused on you, they know what they want, but they're reevaluating their surroundings and how to make things different and how to get out of feeling trapped and frustrated. They're trying to balance and find peace within themselves and harmonize their themselves so that they can bring balance and harmony to you as well. They're really tapping into their patience right now with that Temperance card. That's a good card to confirm, Two of Wands, because yes, they're planning the future with that Two of Wands, but that they're not waiting as in like forever waiting. It's just that they're taking their time and making sure to do it properly. But under Eight of Swords, being trapped and restricted and feeling powerless, they've got the Wheel of Fortune. So things are turning in their favor. And I think that's why there's going to be this shift of being stuck and blinded by their powerlessness to being that King of Wands who is a leader and he has a vision for his life, and he's going to be daring and make this move towards you, being with very logical ideas on how to make this work and being very logical and stern with these karmic ties. But these are positive changes. These cycles there's been many cycles of this, but the changes that are going to come from this Eight of Swords will be positive ones. This was all fated to happen this way. Four of Swords under the King of Wands. So taking a break and doing self-reflection. I think this person's heavily in self-reflection as well as evaluating their surroundings. But coming into that King of Wands energy and then allowing it to actually really integrate into themselves. So before taking action, really mulling over all the decisions they've made to then come forward with a deliberate plan. It's good as well because the King of Wands, because Wands are fire and fire is very hasty and impulsive, it's like this Four of Swords. There's still a King of Wands, but this Four of Swords is making sure that they really take their time and be considerate about their actions, not rushing into it. King of Swords. Three of Swords. So, because the Three of Swords is about heartbreak and pain. They're really looking at the heartbreak that happened because of this separation and the grief that not only they felt, but the grief they caused you. And understanding, being logical about the fact that when I come back to this person, they very well could be sitting in a place of like, you caused me so much trauma, but having that logical mind of like, I know that I need to cop this conversation. And it wouldn't even be one conversation. This would be many conversations. It's not like you're going to talk about everything bad that happened in one conversation and then never have to bring it up again. It's something that will have to be dealt with over time. But knowing that is being quite good. Being emotionally detached from this Three of Swords sounds bad, but it's almost like they're removing the heartbreak side of it from... I'm seeing someone that's not going to get defensive is what I'm trying to get at. They're not going to get defensive over hearing you need to express the pain they caused you. Detached in that they can sit there and take what you're saying and not be activated by it. Being very logical about the damage that was caused here in the past and knowing that that has to be addressed. Ten of Wands. Three of Wands. So looking ahead, confidence, growth, foresight, that there's actually a lot of cards of travel here. So they might have to travel towards you, and that might be part of making logical decisions. If they have to travel to come be with you, that means that you need to be logical about the steps that you take and really putting in a solid foundation. But I think that when they drop these wands, it's because they're ready to come towards you. They just don't want to be burdened by the what ifs anymore. And they don't want to be burdened by these karmic ties anymore. So they're looking ahead to they're actually making the plan, or they're setting the plan in motion. It's going from the planning stage to actually taking the action to get on that ship and come towards you. Knight of Wands. Knight of Cups. So you've got the Knight of Wands that's wanting to rush towards you to create this wish fulfillment. Create contentment for both of you. With the Nine of Pentacles on the bottom. The culminated effort will create achievement and success in this. They know that if they put enough effort into this, that it will create a wish for the both of you to come true. That being back together, enjoying each other's company, having a family. Beautiful. Okay, so just before we get a divine door, I just want to get any last messages from this person. Perhaps what's on your mind right now. Your thoughts and feelings when it comes to this person coming back around. Listen to your heart. You are so very special. So you have a lot of love for this person. I'm in so much pain. So you are working very hard on your own positive mindset and having an abundant life within yourself, but you know in your heart that this person is very special to you, and you are always in some level of pain not having them in your life. It's like every day that goes by, especially if there's been a long time here, that it scares you that they're never coming back. You make my heart full. Listen to your heart. Wow. You are so very special to me, confirmed by yes. And I'm in so much pain. Be more selfish. So for you, I think it's because you felt like this person was very selfish in the past that you are trying to be that for yourself. Because at the moment, I'm going to say you haven't had any tests in love, like you haven't had some kind of relationship where you've been tested in love since this. So it might even be a test for when this person comes back around. Are you going to stay strong to what you know you need out of the relationship, not walk on eggshells around this person because you're afraid they're going to leave again? And they are what need to put the effort in. So you definitely love this person. You want to be with them, but you understand that you need to, rein in how much you give to this person, at least in the beginning. Let them show you the effort they're willing to put in, and let them show you that they're willing to rebuild this trust here. Okay. What does the masculine want to say to the feminine, please? But yeah, aside from you being in pain that they're not in your life, you have so much love for this person. I lie awake thinking about our future. So they're having that's that anxiety, that overwhelm, being stuck in their head, thinking about you all the time. They're very focused on you right now. Love me. They do love you. You just haven't come forward yet, so you wouldn't know that. But even them saying I lie awake thinking about our future, they're very much in planning mode. They're very focused on what needs to be done here. I'm ready, the Fool. They're ready to take a leap of faith. 2 months isn't long. Who knows what this person could accomplish in 2 months before they come towards you. Under I lie awake thinking about our future, we've got maybe, and I'm thinking that more as in their mind goes back and forth between different options. It's like, should I do it like this or should I do it like that? How do I move there? Would they move here? Just going over all the different scenarios in their head. With me. I'm too afraid to talk to you, but that's because they know they've caused damage here. I left because you told me to, and 8-8, so you could both be 1988 babies or August babies. But They're too afraid to talk to you right now because they know that you loved them so much in the past. And like I said before, you both had tendencies to run. You just flip roles occasionally. And it could even be that this fear of talking to you, is it going to take you being angry with them one time for them to just go, I'm leaving? Because that wouldn't be good. You want them to be like, I know you're angry, but we're going to sort this out, and be stern and strong about wanting to make this work. Because I feel like there's a lot of unspoken things here. Love is the answer under I'm ready. So even though they might still have some doubts and they don't have all the answers and they're unsure how to move forward, you are my everything. It doesn't change their focus towards you and the desire to make this work. Love is the answer, and they know that to really make this work, they need to come in with love. Yes, love isn't enough if one or two people aren't willing to make changes. But if you're willing to both grow together and face challenges together and grow stronger from it, your love will only grow stronger. All right, closing messages, please. Yes. Kiss the ground and touch the sky. Your soul is set now to leap and to fly. The universe is saying, yes, we're about to release this to you, so just remain positive. And energetically, you will keep pulling each other up to be better and better because you're being positive. Very nice way to end this. Do you even see me that way? I just noticed that on the bottom. So they might, again, if there's been a lot of time here, they of course are going to question, just like you're questioning, does this person even love me? They think the same thing. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that reading, and I'll be back on tomorrow.